We are on the cusp of another election season this year, and now all eyes are on Haryana. The state is slated to go to polls on 5th of October in a single phase, with the results being declared on the 8th of October. With merely a month left till the electorate in Haryana inks its finger and decides who will rule the state for the next 5 years, political parties are now parlaying. High-octane developments have already commenced. And to begin with, there is a big development that has taken place during the day. The Congress Member of Parliament and Leader of Opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, met wrestlers Vinesh Phogat and Bajrang Punia. This comes amidst the buzz that they might contest the upcoming assembly elections on a Congress ticket. The two wrestlers have also met with the Congress General Secretary KC Venugopal. This meeting follows the Congress Central Election Committee meeting in the national capital over the last 2 days. Now, sources are telling us that Phogat has been offered choice of 3 seats, while Punia has 2 options to choose from. Meanwhile, the Congress top brass has remained tight-lipped on the matter. Although AICC in charge for Haryana, Deepak Babaria, has acknowledged the speculation and stated that clarity on Phogat and Punia's potential nomination will come very soon. And earlier, after returning from Paris Olympics, Vinesh Phogat was welcomed by Dipinder Hooda at the Indira Gandhi International Airport. She had also met with the former Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda, who said that the Congress welcomes anyone who wants to join the party. Let's start off our conversation, and I'm going to get Vipin Pabbi on the telecast with me. And Vipin, let's understand from the viewpoint of Vinesh Phogat and Punia, both wrestlers, both were part of the wrestlers' protests that took place against the WFI chairman Brij Bhushan, who had to step down from his position. It all was deeply politically influenced, that entire incident that took place. And is it any surprise that we have both these wrestlers now on the brink of joining politics and fighting elections on a Congress ticket?
Thanks, Meghna. I would say no. It has come as no surprise at all. It was even being discussed during the time of agitation that this is what is likely to happen. And once Vinesh and others met Bhupinder Singh Hooda, and there were pictures all over the media about it. So it was the natural corollary that they would beat Rahul Gandhi and that they would be getting tickets. So it has come as no surprise to anybody in the state. Their affiliations had been known for some time.
Okay, so now how do things go from here? Is there at this point of time, when we talk about the issues that ail the BJP in Haryana, we had seen Manohar Lal Khattar, who was the chief minister. He was removed from his position. He has now become the union minister. His position was taken over by Nayab Singh Saini. And there continue to be issues that are marring the BJP government right now, whether it is about the farmer protest, whether it is about the Jats and their unhappiness over the current government, or we talk about the wrestlers. In a situation such as this, does Congress find itself in a more comfortable position in terms of its winnability in the elections?
Well, Meghna, BJP decided to change its horses midstream, but I would say it was too late, quite late, when they decided to change Mr. Khattar and have Nayab Singh Saini. With him, he was left with just about 3 or 4 months work before the model code of conduct came in. So I think the change was made much later. There has been a lot of anti-incumbency against Mr. Khattar's government. So the time given to Nayab Singh Saini is not enough at all. And therefore, Congress appears to be in an upbeat mood, particularly after the Lok Sabha elections. In Lok Sabha elections, as you know, each party got 5 each out of the 10 seats. But the important point is that Congress, which was in alliance with Aam Aadmi Party, got a lead in 46 assembly segments out of 90, which is a majority mark. And BJP got 44. So there appears to be a headwind for Congress, but their main problem with the Congress is the Congress itself. So the dispute between the party, between the Congress, so it is maybe, as some people say it's going to be Congress versus Congress, because much will depend on how these leaders reconcile with each other, or how the tickets are distributed, who gets a majority kind of a share, whose supporters get a majority kind of support. So I think that is going to be very crucial as far as the ticket distribution is concerned.
Okay. Okay, all right. Let's also get in a word from Sumit Peer, and let's try to understand when it comes to the politicization of the wrestlers' protest, and that happened a couple of years ago. Now, in wake of those developments, and when Vinesh Phogat came back after that massive Paris Olympics controversy happened and the debacle that she had to face, she was not even allowed to fight for the finals that were taking place in the wrestling match, in the wrestling tournament. They were already, these sentiments flowing with regards to whether it was quote unquote politically motivated, which was just not, I could not comprehend it, and I suppose neither could any of the people across the country who could understand these allegations and these insinuations that were happening. But now that Vinesh Phogat deciding to join the Congress, Bajrang Punia, who was also at one point of time back in the day when the Paris Olympics happened, again advocating, again reiterating his point that there could have been political involvement with regards to what happened in Paris, how the organization, how the Olympic Federation, which was led by PT Usha, was not equipped enough to handle the wrestler and her dietary regimen and her training regimen and so on and so forth. How do things fit over here for the wrestlers in the elections taking place, and do they have public sentiment and their votes also when they come out and campaign?
Megha ji, thank you very much for having me on your show. If you look at Haryana politics, it's always a Jat versus non-Jat politics. Though Jats are around 23%, but the picture which you will get out of Haryana is that Jats are the dominant, and Jats will decide who will come to the power, who will not come to the power. That is the notion which is said, though Punjabis and other castes are pretty much around that number only. But the notion or the control of the politics is Jat based. Let's understand this is true. Let it be Hudas, let it be Chotalas, whoever they are. Now, if you look at the wrestlers' protest, Megha ji, we have been debating this for years now. Now, it was always a political protest. It was always around politics. At that point of time, there were media reports that these wrestlers were talking to Huda. Then Congress said, no, hame to kuch nahi pata. Now, when Huda goes and welcomes them from the airport, I mean, the picture is quite clear. Now, both of these wrestlers who had all the problems against Brij Bhushan Sharan, and I remember Pooja Tripathi ji, when she was the Congress spokeswoman, she was on your show, it was your show. When I told her, she said, oh, Brij Bhushan Sharan should resign and you should literally prosecute him because there's an allegation against him. I told him, okay, if on an allegation you want to hang somebody, what will you do with Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, or on bail? There's not even an allegation, they're literally on bail. When are you going to dismiss them? Well, she had no answers, and after that I didn't see her on TV, but that's okay. Now the challenge here is that when this always was a political thing, they always wanted to flare up Jat sentiments. They always wanted to say Jato ke saath bahut bura ho raha hai, Jats are being targeted, and this is what exactly has happened. Huda going them again from the Jat community, these people, Jat community, and then again the Jat non-Jat politics will come up, and they will say this Manohar Lal Khattar Punjabi, Saini OBC. Now, Jats are being marginalized, Jats are not given the tickets, and it's not even there. Even in the wrestling, Jats are being trying to marginalize. Haryana is a state where wrestling and all was doing good. It's because Jats were dominating it. That is why it was marginalized. So BJP, Modi, Amit Shah, everybody was working 24/7 to marginalize Haryana. I mean, that is the notion which will flow in the elections. You wait and watch. Now, obviously, they are meeting the Congress. Means there was a Congress hand, means there was a Congress rule book, means there was a Congress support for all this. That is how the things went out of so much of control. And answering your second question about the dietary regime and all, Vinesh Phogat was carrying her own dietitian. Vinesh Phogat was carrying her own coach. So there is no way kuch Rajniti could have happened. I think Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah and JP Nadda ji have better things to do rather than trying to see how Vinesh Phogat might or might not get a... when your dietitian is your own, your physio is your own.
Because when you're trying to flare tensions, and of course it becomes a political gimmick to send out that message, and it may impact, it may not impact, but again bringing together the Jat community, and that's important. And we're talking about politics, and whatever works for political parties to garner the votes, well, that becomes their go-to solution or to go-to, tactic to ensure they get the votes. Meanwhile, we're talking about the political circus that are abuzz with rumors of seat-sharing talks between the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, sources tell us that the Aam Aadmi Party has demanded 10 seats while the Congress is willing to give only 5. Now, sources also specified that Congress is offering Aam Aadmi Party the Pihoa, Jind, Kalayat, Panipat, rural and Guhla seats. Now, sources tell us that Raghav Chadha is slated to meet KC Venugopal once again. There are senior leader Ajay Makan, who has informed that the alliance with Aam Aadmi Party was not discussed during the Congress CEC meeting. Meanwhile, the Aam Aadmi Party's leaders are all set to discuss the seat-sharing prospects with the party high command. And today itself, Raghav Chadha, the Aam Aadmi Party Member of Parliament, has met the AICC in charge of Haryana, Deepak Babaria. Deepak Babaria in turn has informed that the Samajwadi Party and the CPIM have also approached the Congress for seat-sharing prospects. This is interesting. This is about whether there is a chance that Congress would want Aam Aadmi Party to align with the party, keeping in mind that Congress has an upper hand over here, as was reflected in the Lok Sabha election results as well. Let's hear it from Varun Singh. How do you view things with regards to this? A lot of hoopla surrounding an Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress alliance. Do you think it is in the cards?
Absolutely. See, to be very honest, Congress right now is like that person near the banks of the river who would take anyone's support to survive. And Congress has tasted, I wouldn't say a huge victory, but something during the Lok Sabha elections, and they know that it was only and only because they stayed together. And the Indie alliance that was there in 2024 Lok Sabha election has proven and given them a sort of relief that if they fight together, they might get something. And that is the reason they are also, in spite of, you have heard Ajay Makan so many times, he has spoken vehemently against an alliance with Aam Aadmi Party because it spoils the prospects in Delhi. But here in Haryana, in Punjab, and many other northern states, the Aam Aadmi Party has got certain influence, especially in Haryana and Punjab. So aligning with them in Haryana will obviously be beneficial to the Congress. And apart from that, also, when you talk about smaller parties like Samajwadi Party, which has a influence on the border areas of Haryana, having an alliance with them will benefit the Congress. Secondly, one important point we have been discussing since the start of the show, Megha, about Vinesh, Phogat and Bajrang Punia. I think in the larger spectrum, just merely two boxers coming in, or earlier in the last elections also, you must have seen how certain TikTokers had come in. The BJP had roped in. They lost. They didn't fare well as it was expected from them. So these issues might look big on a television screen while debating because they are the talking point on social media. But on the ground, there are multiple issues that come into play, and there are issues in Haryana. And I would say that, if the BJP, at this point of time, it hurts me to say, but BJP looks like a bit unprepared, whereas the Congress has been preparing for this particular election for the last 10 years. The BJP in the last few months, when it changes the CM, it looks like, it comes as a shocker to many of us who understands, who reads politics, that why would they do it? Was it that Mr. ML Khattar was not able to do what the BJP wanted or what the state wanted? And that probably, down the line goes down a narrative that probably the BJP was not as successful as it should have been, and that is the reason they had to change the CM at the last moment. And this gives an edge to the Congress, which has been going ahead with that narrative that the BJP has failed the state for a longer period of time. Even during the boxing federation issue, it became like a Jat or a Haryana camp versus rest of the India camp, and that was the problem. The BJP failed in narrative setting. The BJP is failing in narrative setting, and that was visible during the Lok Sabha election and right now also. And if they don't buckle up their, belts or shoes, whatever you call them, until the time they aren't ready to face these issues, I think we may see something that could be a bit on the expected lines, where people are saying that the Congress may perform better. And if these alliances, the question that you asked me, if these alliances come together, forget every inch of their differences, probably the Congress might do better. But there's time. Election में एक दिन में भी सब कुछ बदल जाता है. Let's see what may happen. But alliances do work better.
Okay. All right. I also have with me Dr. Piyush Joshi. What's your analysis over here, keeping in mind particularly Aam Aadmi Party plus Congress? Is it really a reality? Let's also take a look at Dushyant Chautala, who has parted ways with the BJP, really did not fare well in the Lok Sabha elections. The last time around in the assembly elections, the man was the kingmaker. How is he expected to fare this time around?
Well, I think Mr. Dushyant Chautala is in a soup as far as the Haryana elections are concerned as of now. He is in no man's land with no man's support, no party support as such, and his individual reputation is in a turmoil as of now. As far as the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress alliance is concerned, I think the Congress is looking at the larger picture, because the Congress is already having a dream run as far as Haryana is concerned. During the farmers' protest, the Bharatiya Janata Party-led union government tried to dub the whole population of Punjab and Haryana as anti-national. So now this time around, it is India versus Bharatiya Janata Party, because in the farmers' protest, actually people participated from each and every village of Punjab and Haryana. There was no village left from which there was no participant in that particular protest, and that's coming to bite them. And as far as Vinesh Phogat is concerned and the Wrestling Federation of India controversy is concerned, I think the law is very clear. If any female victim is complaining against a man of sexual harassment, the law is pretty clear as far as I am concerned. So where is the political motive in that? If someone is complained, investigate. What's wrong with that? And as far as Vinesh Phogat and Bajrang Punia joining Congress is concerned, I think they were left with no option, because even after Vinesh was not able to contest in the final, which was actually a setback for the whole country, because the country would have won a silver or a gold. The Bharatiya Janata Party led IT cell started floating messages कि भाई वो तो गंगा में ही बहाना था तो मेडल लाने का क्या मतलब था, and so on and so forth. So as far as Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, the Bharatiya Janata Party is resorting to all type of cheap gimmicks against national heroes. Vinesh Phogat, whether it is Vinesh Phogat, whether it is Sakshi Malik, whether it is Bajrang Punia, they have been national heroes. They have won laurels for the country, mind you, not for Congress, nor for BJP. They have won medals for the country. So the BJP forgets it because it's politically convenient for them.
But isn't it politically convenient for the Congress as well? Keeping in mind that if you want the Jat community support and all these
it's not only about Jat community.
It's not taking away anything from the laurels that they've gotten for the country. Again, political. There is political investment. It is an opportunity and a massive one at that for Vinesh Phogat and for Bajrang Punia to be given tickets, and the likelihood of them winning is much higher.
It's really high. But when Babita Phogat joined the Bharatiya Janata Party, I don't remember Congress people claiming Babita Phogat as something of a political stooge. So they are all national heroes. We should be looking above that. And as far as Aam Aadmi Party and Congress is concerned, I think the Congress is having a long vision of a participation in Delhi. In the side, because the Congress is doing very badly as far as Delhi is concerned. So if they give a little bit of space to Aam Aadmi Party in Haryana, then they may ask for the similar kind of space when the Delhi elections come next year. And definitely it is going to prevent the division of votes, and certainly it is going to, as far as I am concerned, Congress is winning hands down this the Haryana state election of its own. The alliance is maybe going to get them a 2/3 majority this time. So interesting times ahead. Let's see what happens, and let's see what happens in Delhi elections next year.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.